I just wanted to show you what Shannon was asking about. Instead of having to actually, if you look on the screen that I'm doing, I'm just going to go to the first deposit that Danny made. You know, when you're in a deposit, you already just left the bank, you took that cash, that $100, and you know for a fact you took it to the bank today. So you're going to verify the PO. Again, that was just inside that deposit, deposit 17. You go to the top link that says verify, just click the button that says you saw it in the bank on the 18th and hit verify. Now when you go to your deposit homepage, it's going to show that first $100 one by Danny. Oh, it's not showing it verified. Why is it not? Hold on.
Because I probably selected about the same.
Oh, okay.
So
if you go to your deposit homepage, you'll see that that one is verified. It has a verified date. See all those ones that don't have a verified date?
Yeah.
So say you're looking at your bank statement now, and you have that little section of deposits that you've made, and you need to verify, hey, they are all in the bank. On the top there, there's a blue link that says bulk verify underneath the advanced deposit search. If you click on there, you're going to select your bank, of course, because we're working with First West, and we're going to limit the date by today. Today, we want everything up until today that is not verified. And this is going by the deposit date. I usually leave it by the date. So then you hit Get Report, and it's going to pull up all the deposits that are not yet verified. So instead of just, you know, as you make the deposit and you have your deposit slip and you verify it within your deposit once you create it, maybe you didn't do that. You just keep stacking up them deposit receipts and later on you do it. So now what you have to do is say, okay, here's the first one I'm going to verify. And you know what? It was verified. It went through my bank on 7/18.
Now notice that there's a slight difference between her date. It's a couple columns over. It says the 16th. That's when you said it happened, and the 18th is when the bank says, yes, cool, I do acknowledge that $2,600.
So I mean, realistically, you know, you could have sold this a week ago and you barely made a deposit. So that's why, you know, verifying is a little different than just creating a deposit. So we're going to verify that one, and we're going to go down to the next one and click the box, and we're going to say, you know what, that one was verified on the 18th.
Why is it blue? Just to separate the
Just to separate the different invoices, I think, maybe. Yeah. So I'm going to do this one, and this one was actually, you know what, that says on the bank statement that it went in on the 17th. But look at, I couldn't do that because the date the actual sale was on the 18th. Do you know if I put it through that way and I go back to look at my books, it's going to flag that to me and tell me I can't deposit something I never had. So I better change that back to the 18th. This system will even tell you that if you did something off with dates. So say that's it. Those are all the things that are on my statement. All these are still outstanding. Maybe they didn't go through my bank just yet. I hit bulk verify. Now if I go back to my deposit home page, I'm going to see more dates. So
John and I both have one that doesn't have like 15 and 12. It's got the little green thing. What's going on there?
okay, so John, if I go into
line
edit,
items, I'll bet you.
that was yep, that was one that was created, and maybe we didn't put anything in. I don't know if there's anything left. Let me see the deposit. Let me just check all of them. I guess I'll just do all. Let's just see if we have anything out there. Oh, we have plenty. I'm going to pick that one for John and add it. Who was?
Put it under headquarters.
I'm like, who should it be? Headquarters? Okay.
That's fine.
All right. And then, so if I go back to my deposit home page, that one's gone. Danny, that might have been the one you started. See, we didn't put anything in there just yet. So I'm going to see if there's any payments out there. You have a check. Let's just put one check.
This is under my area. Like he was looking for his area.
Yeah.
Okay, we have.
It just makes it confusing with
by
the
adding all the
locations.
different little areas because it's trying to say, whoa, you're most likely not going to be depositing from Danny's area.
Yeah, you're not going to run into all that.
Like, ideally, if you're a mom and pop, you have one location. You say, show me my payments that are outstanding. It's just one location. There's no extra filters that need to be done.
So, I mean, if you wanted to go one step further, this is verifying you saw it on your bank statement and it's in the bank. Where you go as a bookkeeper to reconcile your actual account from here is after you bulk verified everything, you would go to reconcile your bank. And that's where you would actually reconcile for the month of July. And you would sit here and say, okay, yep, that deposit's in there, that one's in there, that one's in there, that one's in there. Save my work up top. If you had any expenses, you would do the same thing. And as you do that, your amounts here are going to change, and it's going to tell you as of the, 7/18, you had this much in your bank. Obviously, if your bank statement says you had $12,000, you're off. If you don't see some other amounts in here, you didn't put an expense in, it's unhappy, something happened. It all
Or it
needs to
hasn't
be here to
been verified
reconcile. Yeah, one of the steps isn't done. And that's taking it just a little too far, but I mean, that's, after you do this, that's completely reconciling your bank account. And then, you work with your accountant or, whatever you need to do with your other.
So let's go to expense receipts, and we'll go to bulk verify on expenses, because we have a ton of expenses, about 10 of them, that's not tons. Let's just see what we have outstanding right here, just so they can kind of see what a bank statement would kind of look like once it kind of gets verified.
Okay, so I'm just going back to my expense receipt homepage. And just like we did in the deposits, it has a bulk verify option underneath your advanced search.
Where?
From expense
So we
receipt
just went to
homepage.
expense receipt homepage and hit go. And it's right up one of the links on the top left.
Advance. It says bulk verify.
Yeah, that's where it is, whether you're in your deposit or your expenses. There's the bulk verify.
Yep.
And then what we do is select our bank. Because if you got a cash drawer and you're reconciling your cash drawer, then your cash drawer is who you select, right? And we say, it's all the way up until today. Maybe we're reconciling for June, the month of June. So we're going to put in there June 30th because it's everything up until June 30th. So we're just going to say till today because that's how we're playing here. If you wanted to get really picky and say, you know what, I'm only doing cash and I'm doing my cash drawer, obviously, then you would do that too. Just hit get report.
But you didn't select anything, right?
I didn't because we're just pulling up because we got checks, we got cash, we don't got a cash drawer, we just have the bank. So I'm just putting whatever. So you'd go in there and you would say, okay, well, I know that $500, check number 2286, looks like it went through my bank on, see it tells you right here it was created on 7/17. That's when I cut you that check, Danny. But you didn't go to bank on 7/17. You went on the 18th and it was deposited. It went through my account. This one, okay, this was a
So
payment.
we're sitting here looking at our bank statement while we're doing this? Is this
Yep.
when we're verifying?
Yes.
Okay, ideally, I have dual monitors open.
Yeah,
So I've got one
online.
monitor with Atlas and one monitor with the bank. Oh, yeah, First West or whatever the name of your bank is, and I'm looking. Oh, got it on this date. Oh, got it on this date. Like whatever. And all of a sudden, by the time I'm done, they are mirrored images of each other. So what the bank thinks I have and what Adilas says I have to the T. And I'm like, oh, sweet, sweet. I know I now have X thousands of dollars I can spend on either bills or whatever we're going
You
to do.
can look at your bank online, whatever, every day.
So do the
And
banks-
that's how.
I guess I don't know. If you go to your bank website, can you also put a date in there too? Does that have to be at the end of the month? Or are they just, they're going to do a monthly statement?
They usually have up to
Yeah,
date.
give me the sort of criteria we understand.
Yeah, you can usually look at what's going on as of yesterday or, And what I do, because I can't afford two monitors, is I just go to my logo up here and I right click. Because remember, I'm a toggler, so I do a new window. Not a new tab, a new window. I open up my bank account right here. Say, Wells Fargo, which that's not my bank account, but just say this was my bank account, and I'm going to have all my bank info here. It's connecting.
It's thinking.
It's thinking.
I don't want you to log in.
It's like, no, she doesn't
It's
have a
okay.
bank with
All
us.
she's going
The
to do
bank
is show you how
account.
to toggle.
Split screen.
Yeah,
She'll have
so
Atlas
when you
open
hit
and then
Alt,
toggle.
when you hold down Alt and hit Tab, I mean, you guys probably toggle. I go back to Adilas and I'm bulk verify. Okay, 7/18. Okay, wait. Let me toggle. Look at my Wells Fargo. Okay, this went through on this day. Okay, let me go back. Okay. This
Windows
one
8, you can
went
Oh
through
yeah,
on
split screen.
7/18.
You can do this right now if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I have a ton of different little pieces open, but technically if you wanted to, you could say, if you didn't have a bunch of those, you could say, you would close a bunch of those pieces so you just had your two browsers open, and you could be like cascade tile it horizontally or vertically or whatever, like it's split screen.
Oh, I want to know how to do that. I don't know how to do that either. Okay, so anyhow, say I'm verifying those two again. Just like deposits, expense receipts are the same. You go ahead and click bulk verify. And then what that's going to do is you're going to go into your expense receipt homepage, and that's going to show more of them are verified. So you could really have stuff sitting in your deposit homepage and your expense receipt homepage, because you don't know when that stuff's going to go through. I mean, you could have a check that sits there for like 2 weeks, you know. Even though you wrote it in June, it doesn't get cashed until the middle of July, or, you know. So that's why, you know, there's the step of making the expense or making the deposit, and then making the actual, when, you know, verifying that you did it, and then actually reconciling that you see it in your bank. So there's the big, those little steps.
He even put the images in for us.
I know. So I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions or want to look at something, or want
You
to take a
guys,
break?
this is awesome. I want to say awesome. We just said, Roxanne, can you come show us a little bit about expenses? And guess what she did? She just went on for a couple hours. Let me show you deposits and expenses and reconciling, and like, do you think she's done this before? I guarantee it. And once you do it a couple times, you're like,
I know. Earlier I was saying I never done that, but I mean I do it all day, every day. You know, you really, when you consult, you teach. So I guess I have.
I think it's awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Roxanne? That was a great demo.
Yeah, no. Anything else that you think?
You want a break? I kind of want a break.
Let's do a break.
5
Let's do a
minutes.
break, okay?
Even.
5 minutes.
I need water.
Right. So
He's
let's
never going to
go.
want me to help him.
Let's go at. Let's take 10 minutes. So we'll restart at about 5 minutes till 4. Okay. 5 minutes till 4. Roxanne, great job. I thought that was awesome.
That was so great. They said thanks Roxanne online as well.
Oh, you have a fan club, Roxanne.